Hello. So I just got off of 4 days of work. I work 12 and a half hour shifts. We normally work 3 days, but I picked up an extra shift because I can never say no to overtime money. Yesterday, my ear started hurting, and today I woke up with my ear still hurting in my neck. Like, it's not my throat, it's not drainage, it's my neck back here. And it does feel a little swollen. So I've done eardrops a couple of times. I just took a decongestant. And I've also had 2 migraines and 2 headaches this week. Plus, I apparently developed an ovarian cyst that was super painful. So, all that to say, I haven't been feeling well, and I've been working through not feeling well. So, I am tired. I wanted to come home today and work on my doodler shawl, which I haven't touched since the last time I made a video. Although my cat, my cat, and I don't know which one, but I suspect it was Moxie. Could have been Twyla though. Decided to have some fun with the white yarn. So it's all a mess. I fear I may have to cut it, but I'm trying not to. However, my pattern is on my iPad, which is completely dead. So it's charging on the other side of the bed right now. And I decided I have Starbucks drink, venti, brown sugar, shaken, oat milk, espresso, all those words in some order, plus I added some vanilla to it. I have a nice big cup of water. Can't live without that. And I'm going to clean up my desk because, as you can see, it's a wreck. I have not cleaned this up in a very long time. So I don't think it'll take too long, but I just need to do it, and we're going to do it right now. And I'm going to start by taking these 2 items to the kitchen where they belong, these to the bathroom, and I'll be right back. I just realized I haven't seen my cat Twyla this morning, and that's a little concerning because normally she's everywhere. So I don't know what that's about. You can't see in this drawer. Too bad. It's got a lot of pins in it. Actually, this should go in there too. This drawer needs a lot of reorganization, which you also can't see. But it's full of candy. I didn't have anywhere else to put it. And I went through a phase a few months ago where all I wanted was something sweet. So I filled it up with a bunch of candy that I bought at Five Below. And I've got this adorable little bag that says very good. I got this at Target before we started boycotting Target. I haven't been there all year. I'm very proud of myself. But it's got 2 sides and another zipper pouch. I thought this might be good for a project. Which, by the way, although this is kind of heavy, and I don't typically like heavy bags for my projects. I don't know. While I was putting away laundry, I found 2 bowls of Knit Picks Felicity? Felici? I think it's Felici. I don't know. I think I might work on these today because I have my vanilla sock knitting pattern that I have just typed up. I need to make a couple edits to it. And then I'm going to release that on Etsy. And I'm very proud of myself. My first knitting pattern that I'm releasing, maybe my last, I don't know. These are some patterns. And I actually don't know where I want to put these. So I'm going to set them on a shelf for now and continue thinking. These go with my calendar, which I actually need to update to August. I might do that today. We've got a lipstick. This can go with my makeup. A little pin. Can you see this? What is it that the influencers do? They put their hand on the back. I'm just going to drop it. Well, it's a Luna moth. It's got little stars on it. Hello? We're here. I'm clearly not good at this. A ring that I don't know where it came from. I don't know whose it is. So I'm going to put that in the living room for my daughters. This is technically a coaster, but I've never really liked using it. So I'm also going to see if my daughters want it, and if they don't, I guess I'll just get rid of it. Knitting needles need to go with my knitting stuff in the living room. So I'm going to take all of this stuff out where it goes, and then I'll be right back again. While I was putting up those knitting needles, I remembered I already had started a space for my patterns. So I'm going to take these back over there to where that is. First, I'm going to just scoot this yarn out of the way because I'm using that today. TV remote, stitch markers, they're just going to go here. This is a little bag for the stitch markers. I'm going to keep that with them. Scrap yarn, I'm going to put this with my other scrap yarn. Tape measure, it stays here. I'm going to move this under here. Oh, this is where it goes, but I've stuck something else there. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back again. Oh, gotta take this. Moxie's on the bed. I got my conversation cards. I use these at work sometimes, but I recently lost my office at work. I'm now in a shared office in a building that I don't typically work from. But it has cute things in it like, what do you think was unique about your upbringing? That's a great one when I talk with kids. How competitive are you? Do you see that as a positive or a negative? What would you do with an extra $100 of spending money per week? I might edit that one because the kids I work with usually don't have their own money. They don't have jobs. They're too young. So I might just edit that one too. What would you do with $100 of spending money a week? What's your favorite ice cream topping? Have you ever almost died from awkwardness? That one would be perfect. I really should take these back to work. In fact, I'm going to go put these in my work bag right now. And then I'm going to bring back my calendar so I can do my August calendar. A couple days late, but you know, it's getting done. Apparently someone already erased July. I don't know when or who. It had to have been Eamon because today's only August 3rd. My daughters haven't been here since it turned to August. Although it doesn't seem like something Eamon would do either. Okay. You can't see my board. I really need another, like an overhead thing. All right, which colors speak to us for August? Look at all this cat hair, goodness. I'm thinking red, because it's still hot out. I like the yellow, but I don't know how much it shows up. And then, do we want blue? No. What about pink? What if we just did this? I'll try it. Unfortunately, even though I love watching planning videos too, I'm not going to film myself doing this because I'm not comfortable with you knowing my schedule. Even though I'm not super busy and I don't really put on here like addresses of where I'm going to be, it still makes me uncomfortable. So I'll check back in with you later. I'm back. Oh, that's too high. Well, I wanted to show you my kitties napping anyway. Aren't they cute? All right. Desk is cleaned off. Calendar for August is done. I feel like the decongestant is starting to work. Not necessarily the decongestant part, but the pain reliever part. Hold on, I just saw something I need to fix. Okay. As I was making my August calendar, there were a couple of things I needed to erase. And I used this scrap from when I was making these stars. It worked really, really well. I need to weave in these ends still, but I think I'm going to keep this to use as my eraser. Did I not even bind that off? Oh, that's so funny I didn't. Let's just pull that loop through really fast. And then we can weave in our ends and then wash it because it's a little dirty now. Boop, there we go. All right, so these look really small. Okay, they are a size 2. I thought they were smaller. The string also looks pretty small, but I think I can make it work. My iPad's only at 10%, and since it was dead all the way, I feel like I need to charge it up all the way. I don't know if that's true or not, but I am going to start working on these socks, following my own pattern, which is mostly in my head, except for a little bit of math for the heel. I'm going to turn on some music for you. Again, sorry if the levels are off. I'm still learning. And I'm going to turn on a YouTube video for me. I'm going to move my chair and it's going to scare Margie. She handled that pretty well. I'm going to turn my chair around too. Sorry, Marge. I'm not coming for you. She is a true scaredy cat. All right, let's get knitting. these needles, the loop, too short. I knew they were. I wanted to try it anyway because they were here. They were easily accessible. But it's not going to work out for me. And honestly, I'm so tired. I don't even feel like doing socks right now. So I am going to put these needles away. And I'm going to go get the hat I've been working on because that is a really easy, mindless project. And I'm almost ready for the next color change. So let me go get that instead. All right. So we've got another knockoff Musselburgh. I might write up my pattern for this too, but I don't know. It's so easily figure outable that what's even the point? And then we've got just like this little tiny baby bit of yarn left. So that's what I'm gonna finish up now. And I think I want to do orange next because I kind of like the Halloween vibe, but I don't know. And I want to move these out of the sun because I don't want them to get faded. They've been there for a little while already. I probably should have done it sooner, but sometimes we just don't think about things. I've got so many loose ends to weave in. All right, back to my show, and let's do some actually mindless knitting. Alright, my nose is getting really itchy. I need to take my allergy meds and my antidepressants. And I want to do some painting. I've been wanting to do some just like dot art, some abstract art. But I want to get some little miniature canvases to do them on, maybe regular size canvases even, I don't know. So I'm going to take my medicine. I just heard my dryer go off, but I'm not ready to put this away yet. So I'm going to take my medicine, text my boyfriend, see if he wants to go to Michael's with me because we also need to go to Lowe's to get a piece for my dryer, for my washer, and maybe I'll see you again later, maybe I won't. I'm really tired. I also think I'm going to take a nap at some point. My ear is starting to feel better. I'm sure that's from the acetaminophen or whatever was in the Dayquil. But hopefully it also gets dried out with the decongestant and I don't end up with an earache. I feel like a toddler right now. I'm just so tired and I just keep rambling. Bye.